Hi everyone, and thank you very much for joining us today for our Fast Track Your Digital Success with Elcom version 10.5 webinar. This is the fourth webinar in a four-webinar series. So with the first webinar covered Collaborate Effortlessly with Intranet. The second webinar was Deliver Engaging Experiences with Websites. The third webinar, Take Productivity to the Next Level with Intranet. And today's webinar, Transform Training and Employee Onboarding. All those webinars are available on demand on the Elcom website. So let's jump into today's webinar, Transform Training and Employee Onboarding. We're really excited to run through some fantastic updates, features, and functionality in version 10.5. My name is Josh Anstey, and Casario De Silva has joined us as well. We'll be running through the demo of Elcom version 10.5. So here's the agenda for today's webinar. We'll be focusing on our Training Manager, the Elcom Learning Management System. And we'll be focusing on, firstly, what is it, what are the features and functionality, what are the key benefits, and what have we updated. We'll then jump into a demo, and that'll be followed by questions and answers. So let's look at the new features and enhancements and functionality. So for those that aren't familiar with the Elcom Training Manager module and the Elcom Learning Management System, it basically provides a comprehensive training platform that enables you to deliver a whole range of different types of training, online and offline as well, everything from induction training, policies, marketing or product training, OH&S, IT, e-learning, CPD, and the list goes on. And it makes it really easy for you to manage training programs as well as track the progress of individuals, employees, or trainees as they're going through their training. Training can be selected and paid for, delivered to individuals depending on their needs and the course they're doing. You don't have to pay for training. You can obviously deliver free training as part of the training courses. You can also test the different competencies, measure the success of the training programs. You can do surveys and quizzes. You can also import Scorm compliance packages. So if you do purchase training content from a third-party training provider, the Elcom Learning Management System, our Training Manager module, is Scorm compliant, so you can very easily import that Scorm training content into the Elcom Training Manager. And then if you don't have content from a third-party location or source, you also have the ability to create your own training content within Elcom. There are many benefits to using the Elcom Training Manager and Learning Management System platform. It enables you to really easily create and deliver and track and manage and measure training, and you can create really sophisticated training and learning functionality. It also enables you to deliver personalized training for individuals and plan out a training plan based on team and department. And one of the many benefits of using the Elcom Learning Management System and Training Manager functionality is that it's part of your intranet, your website, or your portal. So if users are already on your intranet, for them to do online training and e-learning, it's just a click away. It also helps manage effective employee onboarding, and so you can create personalized induction and orientation courses. You can manage continuous training programs as well, and there's also the ability to automate the process so that you can auto-register a group of users or a team or a department. In Elcom 10.5, we made a few changes to terminology around the functionality. So the term pathway we've renamed to course. So previously we called it a pathway, now we call it a course, and the term element has been renamed to activity. We've also set it up so that the terms are now also configurable on all the different screens. There's a range of other new functionality in version 10.5 with the Elcom Training Manager capabilities. Around certificates, we've done a lot of work. So when you complete a course and hopefully successfully pass that course as well, you have the ability to have a certificate generated for you that you can print off and keep for all your records. We've set it up in a way now where you can set up different templates per course. So you have different design, look, feel types of templates per course. And also the fields that can be dropped on those templates and the content that can be displayed there has been increased significantly. So we've included an increased number of tags available, everything from the location or duration or how many CPD points or completion date, description, the type of training, the list goes on. So you can have really powerful certificates automatically generated. Something we've done in version 10.5 which is really exciting is we've taken the Training Manager capabilities and we've turned them into article elements. And so now you can take the Elcom Training Manager capabilities and you can drop them onto any article around the site. So those elements are everything from courses, registering for courses, user actions, in progress units, auto-register, booking sessions for units, for users, what courses you need to do next. There's a whole bunch of elements now that literally with point to click and drag and drop, you can drop on any article in Elcom. We've also also set it up so that you can now pick and choose between mandatory and optional units within the course, and there's the ability for users to obviously pay for the whole course depending on what units have actually selected, and then commence their training. You can also specify a minimum number of CPD points that a user must earn in order to actually complete the course. So that works a lot more like a university or TAFE course. And a lot of our clients do use the Elcom platform for their CPD, so it's a nice enhancement over there. From a user experience perspective, the team have done some fantastic work in improving the experience of how you set up courses and units. You can add promotional codes as well, so if there is a cost, you can have a promotional code if someone's going to be getting a discount. And there's also a receipt email that gets sent to users when they pay for the unit or course. And obviously you have the payment tags available in that actual email. Another area the team's done a fantastic amount of work is with regard to our training dashboard. So the training dashboard's been updated. It has a whole range of functionality now. It's a beautiful user experience with the tabs, as you can see there. And there's everything from recent activity, you can register for units, approve bookings, manage bookings, review unit progress, to view for certification, add units to wish list, and also the unit registration for the group. So there's a fantastic user experience now, and you can also get a live feed on the recent activities of what's been going on in the training system. What you're seeing there was an admin view. We've also enhanced the existing dashboard, and we've included an activity graph. So as you can see there in the screenshot, you can see what courses have been looked at, registered for, emails sent. And there's also the ability to go look at staff progress and how they're going through their training. And we've also made it really quick and easy and for you to create a brand new course. So it's literally point and click. But that activity graph there is fantastic. I'm really excited about that. I think it's a fantastic feature there, and the team's done a great job providing a really beautiful visual way to see what's going on in the organization from an L&D and training perspective. Fantastic. So that's a bit of an overview there. I'm now going to hand over to Kessara to do the demo of version 10.5, our Training Manager capabilities. Over to you.
So what I'll be doing is I'll be stepping through the features some of the features that Josh was just going over. And what I'll actually start from is the administration side of things in terms of how courses can now be set up. So one of the main changes that we made across the board, as we mentioned, is that we've now turned courses into its own element in the sense that you can group together units at a course level, and you can even register at the course level instead of having to register for the individual units inside a course. So essentially made the course the primary element in terms of interaction in Training Manager. You can still use units as well, but the courses is the main one now. So you can see here that under training course, I can add a new course. So I've got a list of the courses that I've currently got set up here. So I've got an OHS course, and I've got a basic course here as well. So if I edit one of these courses, you can see that we've enhanced the number of options that you've got in terms of creating a course. So for example, we've got a difficulty level here, which can be shown in the front-end interface when you're going to register for a course. You can see it's like an easy way for someone to see, okay, this is not an easy course, and this one's a bit harder, so maybe I'll need to do the easy course first before I get to the medium one. So it's like a visual way of giving learners a view of what the course's difficulty level is. And in terms of registration, so we have multiple registration options. So we have free courses, and you can also have courses that require payment, and you can have courses that have payment with the cost calculated based on the number of units inside the course that a learner registers for. So you've got the payment calculated based on cost. And one of the great features that we've got in terms of free courses is auto-registration. So that's something that you would use, for example, in an onboarding scenario where anyone that joins an organization has to do a certain number of courses. And what you do is that you can add a number of security groups in the system saying that they need to be auto-registered for this course. So for example, I can say that all members have to auto-register for this course, like based on the security group members. So what that means is that if any new user is added to this security group, they will automatically be registered for this particular training course. So they don't actually have to go in and sign up for it themselves. So as soon as they're in the system, they already are in that course and they're ready to start it. So you can add multiple groups in there, and they'll all be signed up for this course. So it applies to, as soon as you do this, all of those users in those groups will automatically get registered for this course, and any new users added to those security groups will also be registered for this course. So in terms of certification, you can see here that what we've done with certification now is that you can define the look and feel of the certificate at the course level. So previously we had one general look and feel for certificates across the board in the system. So you could only have one visual certificate, but now you have multiple templates available per course. So over here I can pick an article that has the template for the certificate for this particular course. So you can really customize a course and a certificate to your liking. And at the same time, like in this example here, I haven't actually got a template set up for this particular course. So what it'll do is it'll default to the default one in the system, which is still there and accessible as well. So you have the flexibility there. So in terms of the front-end interface, so one of the main features that we've enhanced to 10.5 is that we have a whole range of training manager elements, article elements, where you can drop them on a page on your site, and you can come up with an interface for them in terms of delivering your training, which is very customized to your particular needs and your site. So I've got an example here. So I'm logged in as an administrator here, and essentially, so when you've got article elements, it means that you can apply security on those articles as you would any other article in the system. So I've got 3 articles here, and I can see these 3 because of being an admin. I've got access to all 3 of them, and each one of them has got article elements in them. So if I go into staff programs, for example, this is a page with a training manager element that is very specific to an admin. So it's letting me register staff on their behalf, but I've applied permission so that, for example, a learner wouldn't be able to get to this page. As you can see, if I edit this page, you'll see that it's actually an article element here called book sessions for user. And in terms of article elements, we've got an actual section for training manager in terms of elements, and there's a whole array of elements available to you. So some of them are very specific to learners, and the others are for admins. And once you place them on a page anywhere on your site, you can apply standard ElcomCMS security on them to determine who can and cannot get access to these article elements. Check that. And one of the other major enhancements that we made is that we've greatly enhanced the training dashboard that's available to you inside the training management system. So what the training dashboard is that it's basically a one-stop dashboard which gives you a bird's eye view of all aspects of in terms of training in the system. And what we've actually done in 10.5 is there's now 2 dashboards. So previously we had a main dashboard for administrators, which is this one. There's actually another one that we've done for learners that I'll go into as well. So this is the admin training dashboard. So I've got a shortcut here for creating courses as well. I've got a recent training activity graph here that's showing me for all users in the system when units were started against the time and how many. I've got the units completed as well, and I've got courses registered here as well. So I've got how many were done, and the date as actually here. So it's really a great way of having a visual representation of course activity in your learning management system. And there's an array of tabs available here, which is specific to administrators. So I've got a recent activity tab here, which is showing me across the system when courses were worked on, when units were worked on, when learners registered for units and courses, when they completed something. So it's again a great way of seeing at a very granular level what people are doing in terms of the learning management system. So it's got a register units tab here, which will let me sign up for units. I have a approve bookings tab here, which will let me approve face-to-face training sessions that users sign up for. I've got a manage bookings tab here, which again is related to managing face-to-face training sessions that people have booked. Currently I've got no sessions here, so no one's signed up for anything. I've got a unit progress tab here, where I can see what units are active for a given user. So I've got a view certification here, so for myself as the webmaster who's logged in, it's showing my progress in terms of this particular training course, which I haven't completed because I'm still underway, so that's showing that that's in progress. I've got to add unit to wish list, which is essentially a way for me as an administrator to queue up training units for users so that they'll automatically start these units next once they finish what they're working on. And I've got unit registration for a group, so I can select a group of users and register them for a given unit as well in bulk. And what's nice to note is that we have elements, article elements that correspond to essentially all of these tabs. So if you're actually not happy with using the training dashboard as your interface for learners, you can always go and create your custom look and feel using the article elements that we've created. So what I'll jump into now is that I'll show you the training management system from a learner's perspective. So I've got a learner who's logged in over here. And if you see the list of articles that I was looking at before from an admin perspective, I actually don't have access to the third article, which was for booking users onto courses because I'm a learner, because I've applied standard ElcomCMS security onto that article. So out of the two articles that I've got access to, I go to the learner progress, for example. So this particular article actually has multiple training manager elements on it. So it's got a next activities element over here, which is showing me that currently my next activity is that I need to do this particular training unit within the OHS training course. And I've got a shortcut here to start the first activity inside that as well over here. I've got a My Courses element over here. So I can see what I've done for what the courses that I've got access to. So the basic training is showing me that I've actually completed that one. But if I select the OHS training, show me that that's still in progress and I haven't actually completed that. And if I go back to the basic training, I can actually even drill down into the units that make up that particular course. And I can see that this is the activity that was inside there and that I've completed it. And in terms of certificates, I've got access to that from here as well. So I can now download a PDF copy of the certificate. So if there was a scenario where somebody had to take a proof of completion with them, so they can get a PDF copy of the certificate and then take a copy of it and take it on site, for example, and to show someone that they've completed the training. Or you can say show certificate, and it will bring it up live on the site over here, and you can see that it's pulling some dynamic information based on some content tags that we have that are used in this certificate template article. And as we mentioned before, in terms of the tags available for creating certificates, we have added quite a few more tags so that you can have a lot more dynamic information in your certificates. For example, there's information related to face-to-face training as well, and TPD points. So all of that can be surfaced in your certificate. And as we said before, you can have different look and feels in terms of certificates across courses. So there's a My Progress element here as well. And for my active courses, so I've only got one active course, and it's showing that it's currently in progress and how many units are inside that particular course. I've got it enrolled in the course element here as well. And currently I've already enrolled in all the courses that I've got access to, so it's not showing me anything there. But this is a great example of an interface that's a custom interface that's been built using multiple Training Manager article elements. So you could easily break this up even more or add even more elements to this page. So this is a great example of what you could potentially make the interface look like using the article elements without using the training dashboard. But you still have access to the dashboard as well as another alternative. So over here, this is the learner dashboard. So it's very similar to the admin one, but it's for this particular user from a learner's perspective. So it doesn't actually have a lot of the bird's eye view in terms of the entire system. For example, the graph is not there, but this is again one page and one dashboard that a learner can go to get access to everything that they need in terms of the learning management system. So I can see my active courses up here at the top. So it's saying it's very similar to the article elements. It's showing that I'm currently in progress in terms of the OHS training course. I've got a register for a course tab here that's going to show me all the courses that I've got access to in terms of registering. I've got a register for a unit tab there, which if I want to register for a unit instead of a course, you can do that. I've got a unit progress tab here. Again, it's showing me in this particular example, it's showing me in terms of my active units. This is where I'm at for the OHS training course. I can also change that to completed, and it'll show me my completed units as well. Got a course progress tab here, which is again very similar to the element that we were looking at. And I can download certificates for completed courses, and you can show the certificate here as well, alternatively to the article element. And I've got a book sessions tab here, which will show me all face-to-face training sessions that I've registered for. In this example, I actually haven't got any face-to-face training that I've booked. So those are the main items that I'd like to go over in terms of a demo. But as always, please feel free to contact us if you'd like to delve deeper into any one of these aspects, or if you have any questions. And another point that we've actually done a lot of work on is we've added a lot more extensibility points to Training Manager. So if there's any aspect of the system that you'd like to build out or add some functionality to it, we have a lot more options available to us in terms of catering to your needs over there as well.
Fantastic. Thanks for that awesome demo. And as you can see, the new user experience, new features, functionality, and the dashboard, it's pretty awesome. So the team has done some fantastic work there. And yeah, great to see some of the enhancements in Elcom version 10.5 with the Training Manager capabilities. We're going to jump into Q&A, but before we do, just for a quick overview, for those that aren't familiar with Elcom or might be new to Elcom, we're a globally recognized digital transformation and digital workplace platform working with organizations of all different sizes, industries, and locations around everything from their digital workplaces and intranets, websites, marketing personalization, portals, collaboration and social, learning management, and mobile. So if you're working on any of those projects or thinking about it, please get in touch with us. We'd love to discuss how we can help support your current and future projects there. In terms of next steps, so if you do have any questions, please feel free to contact your account manager or email us info@elcom.com.au. If you'd like to upgrade to the latest version of Elcom version 10.5, we'd love to work with you. on that. The appetite has been fantastic. The demand to upgrade to Elcom version 10.5 has been incredibly overwhelming, which is awesome. So really excited about that, and thank you very much, everyone, for your support, excitement, and enthusiasm. And great to see that our global customer base are as excited as the team is with regard to Elcom version 10.5. So let's jump into some questions. I'm conscious of time, so we're only going to touch on 2 or 3 questions, and those that did ask questions that we don't get a chance to answer, we will be in touch individually and we will answer those questions for you. So one of the first questions that popped up is, can the learning management system be deployed on a website or a portal or an intranet? So that's a good question there, and I touched on that briefly earlier on when we were running through the overview. The training manager capabilities in Elcom are just an additional module in the Elcom platform. So whether you're deploying it on a website, an intranet, or a portal, a member portal, or a partner, supplier, customer portal, it really doesn't matter. It's the same capabilities there. So it really depends on the requirements and where or how you'd like to actually implement it. Another question came through, does it sync with LDAP to add new members? So that would depend on your setup. If you've got Elcom integrating into LDAP there and bringing new users in, the training works around the user permissions and security groups, which put a user in a course. So as long as you're syncing those users to Elcom and they go into the appropriate security group, they are able to get access to a certain course to do some training. So that's typically how that works over there. There's a question around demonstrating how you can pay for a course. So that's just really setting up a secure payment form there under SSL to take the payment transaction, I guess, securely. So yeah, someone can always give you an individual walkthrough at a later stage. I'll probably run through just one more question before we wrap up. Is it mobile friendly? Yes. So the fact that the training management module now is an element that sits on an article means that it can be designed and implemented and built to be nice and mobile friendly. That obviously depends on your site and the templates that have been used. So as long as you've got the appropriate style sheets there and it's been designed for a mobile responsive site, mobile tablet, whatever it might be, then yes, definitely it can be built to be mobile responsive. So it just depends on the implementation of your site, but definitely the capabilities are definitely there. So I think that's all we've got time for today. There are some other questions we didn't have time to get through, but we will contact you individually. If you do have any questions, please contact us. We'd love to discuss how we can help support current or future projects, as well as if you're looking at upgrades to the latest version of Elcom version 10.5. Get in touch if there are any questions. Thank you very much for joining us today. Really appreciate your time, and we look forward to working closer with you and your team on future projects. Thank you very much.